everyone, my name is Abhishek Jain and I have been in the software industry for the last 20 years, building a lot of software solution for multiple organizations and so many customers. But I have never ever felt so satisfied which I felt today when I just built this application, which you see, I just called it as a production AI study assistant. When I started building this project, I was just building this project to keep in a mind like, okay, let's figure it out how these multiple large language model or the AI tools can help me to build something which is going to help, the tech industry basically, right? I never thought that this application I can hand it over to my kids and they will really enjoy it. Yesterday, when I built this application and handed over to my son and my daughter, and they were really, really excited because when they tried to use ChatGPT, Perplexity, they were not able to use that in a very enjoyable manner because they have to write something and they have to look for the information. So they were not having, and they have to switch from one large language model to another. So they were very frustrated, right? So when I built this application and I just showed this application to my son, who is in a ninth grade, I mean, he was very happy and he started using it. And then he just gave me a feedback like that can we have some more feature? And then I asked him, okay, just do one thing. Just try to use this application as long as you can, and just came up with the idea like what all feature as a kid you want to see in this application and how this can help you in your day-to-day study, right? So my son will provide me all the feedback and how I can make this application more intelligent in coming few days. Same thing with my daughter. She is also going to utilize that and give me the feedback. So that was the best feeling I have ever had in my last 20 years of experience, because I was always wondering, I'm building so many software application, but I haven't built anything for my personal use or for my family, right? It's not about just helping my kids. I guess if my kids is going to enjoy, I think a lot of other students or the kids, they can also enjoy this application, right? So let's first try to understand what this application offers, what are the features are there, and how this can help to the students. And along with that, I'm going to explain how backend actually works, which is a quite technical terms, right? So the person who are very interested in, contributing to this application along with me, because my plan is to just make this application open source. So, but right now I am just keeping this entire code in a GitLab repo. So if you are really interested, you can just send me a request and I will invite you as a guest first, and then we can have a brainstorming to figure it out how you can contribute, and then I will just open that repo for you as a developer flow. So let's start with the demo first. So now if you just see on the left side, on the right side, quick action, I have 5 main features: intelligent research, adaptive studying plan, smart quiz, analyze notes, and my analytics. My analytics means what kind of actions you have taken on this application, and it is going to just summarize that for you. And then we have a user profile. In user profile, we have 3 fields: learning style, difficulty level, and study goals. In learning style, we have 4 categories: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and the reading. So these are the different categories based on which all the features response is going to be changed. It depends what kind of learning style you have, whether you love to just do a lot of hands-on activity, kinesthetic is the best option. But if you are more of, just seeing the things in a visualized manner, then you can use the visualize, and accordingly, all these features will work. Same with the difficulty level. We have 3 difficulty levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced, depending upon what kind of content you want. Accordingly, you just choose the difficulty level. Then the study goal, which is a free text, you can just put a study goal like, okay, if you want to learn a sound in a physics, right? Or if you want to learn some topic on a chemistry, you can just put like, okay, you want to expert in a sound topic in a physics, and whatever the goal you have in a mind, you can just write over here, because that is actually going to be appended to your prompt, so that the response from the large language model can be according to your goal as well. So these are the 3 different ways through which you can just control the response of the application, right? So let's start with the intelligent research, right? So we can just simply say that research of the topic. The moment you click, it says that research the topic of quantum computing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply say this is the topic of light in physics, right? I'm just keeping this just keep it intermediate for now, and let's see what happens, right? I can just go back to the backend. I can quickly show you that. So this has just started, right? So there is an intelligent tool, but I don't want to go into the technology in the technical stack for now. But now we can see it's just created the response. So what happens from the flow perspective? If I just come here, okay, intelligence source. You ask the question, tell me about the Roman Empire, but we have used I want to understand, the light, right? So what it does is it just gave us the light related information, right? So how the flow works, you ask the question, and then AI agents comes into the picture, which is Gemini model, which I am using 2.5 Pro and 2.5 Flash and 2.5 Flash Lite. And it's a fallback because once the quota exhausted from the Pro version, then it's automatically fall back to the Flash. Now, the AI brain first is try to understand what exactly you are looking for. If it is an intelligent research tool, then it will decide, okay, now it has to do some research. And based on that, it requires some online or some real-time information. And what's the tool is the best for that? And then it looks, okay, now the Perplexity is the best one. So I have implemented a Perplexity Sonar fine-tuned model, which Perplexity has provided us. And then it just make the request to that, and it collect all the information, provide the content, and then again, the Gemini try to summarize that because I don't want to just flood this application with a lot of information. So actually, we just get the final summary. And now we can see, we ask this question, research the topic of a light in a physics, and now we can see light in a physics is a fundamental phenomenon characterized as electromagnetic radiation that is detectable by the human eye. And now you can see the key aspect of that, classical descriptions, quantum description, model application. So this is what the research is. The next thing is adaptive study plan, right? Adaptive study plan. Here you see this context. I'm putting this because I know the kids are not able to just format their sentence. That's the reason I put it here. This is just a simple convention, like which topic you want to have a plan. So here what I want is I want a plan for light in physics. Okay, how long I want to spend in that? Let's put 8 weeks, and I'm a beginner, right? So these are the three things you have to give, and then you can just click on that. So that is the second option. So what happens behind the scene? Click on this adaptive study plan. You request a plan again. Gemini model comes into the picture and check, okay, what exactly it wants. It wants the adaptive study plan. And then there is a configuration which actually decide now there is no need for Perplexity to pull in. What it requires, okay, what kind of, topic on which, how long person is able to span, and then what is their skill level, right? So Python is just example, but this would be replaced with the lights in a physics, and this 4 weeks will be replaced with the 8 weeks and whatever we have given here, right? So now it will just provide you the detailed plan, right? And that is what it does, right? So similarly, we can see here the response is, hello there, I'm thrilled to help you embark on this exciting journey into the world of light and physics. As an academic advisor, I believe in learning by doing, especially for the kinesthetic learner like yourself. And here we have a kinesthetic. It means that it will going to suggest you a lot of hands-on activities to be done. So your 8-week kinesthetic, because we have given a study plan, unveiling the mystery of light. The goal is to gain a foundational understanding of light and physics as a beginner with a focus on hands-on learning. The week one, the basic of lights. What is light? Activities, pinhole camera project, light path exploration, light scroll investigation, and web simulation, right? If you just change the difficulty label, these information will change accordingly. Since it's intermediate, it is little bit of complicated topic for the person who is actually or the kid or the student who is actually going for a light to understand for the very first time. So here he can choose a beginner, so this information will be little bit of easier side. Reflection, what is reflection, which is very good, and then refraction and refraction both are very complicated, very good topic, fundamental topic of light to understand light. Then we have a lenses. Again, this is a very important topic. Color and the dispersion, that is again a very good phenomenon to understand. Wave nature, so we have to understand the wave nature of light, where we have interference and the diffraction. Polarization of light, again very important topic, and then consolidate and create the light masterpiece. So here is the entire activity. So since you have chosen a kinesthetic, that's the reason it is for more focusing towards providing you some hands-on or real-time practical solution for the study plan, which is very awesome. You don't have to do anything. Entire thing will be happening behind the scene for you. The next thing is the smart quiz. Once you understand everything, if you want to just check, okay, what is your level of understanding, you can always say this. Again, you will see whenever you click on those quick action, you get some helping prompt. Give me a quiz on a light in physics, right? So now what it's going to do, it's going to create some questions for you along with the answer and the explanation, right? So now if I come back to the flow, so again, a smart quiz, same thing. AI agent will try to understand what the request is, and then it will see what it needs to happen, and then it just create the quiz and hand it over to you. Same thing with analyze notes and my analytics is the next one, which I'm gonna explain. Right? So now we can see here, these are the questions which we got. The very first question is, what is the primary characteristic that differentiate different types of electromagnetic radiation, such as visible light, X-rays, and radio waves? Answer is C, their wavelength and the frequency, right? Same thing, we have another question, and likewise, we're gonna get the questions and the answer. So that is what the smart quiz is gonna do. So you started with the research, created your study plan, and now you want to evaluate whether your understanding is correct or not. The next one is analyze the notes. So analyze the notes, like if you have this content, which you got it here, and you want to just analyze your notes, you can quickly do that. It is going to provide some stats. We can quickly say that. Again, it says that paste your notes here. You can just put the entire content and whatever the notes you have taken, you can send this. So what this does is, it's again, the very first thing is AI agent is going to check for the notes analyzer, which I have written in backhand. Here it is going to use the NLTK, which is a natural language toolkit, where it does a lot of magic behind the scene based on the logic I have written behind the scene, and it just provide the count number of words, split the sentence, and all those stuff, and we can quickly see that because it's very fast to do that because it is using a NLTK. Here you can see the intelligent note analysis. We have 352 words. Key concepts are, so this is the main important thing. What are the key concepts we have in our notes? Light, quantum physics, wave, and photons. Key takeaway, which is a summary, which is again light is in physics is a fundamental phenomenon characterized as electromagnetic radiation that is detectable by the human eye. It encompasses a broad spectrum of wavelength, frequency, exhibits a unique dual nature, behaving simultaneously as both wave as a discrete particle known as photons. Study recommendation, review the key concept, identify, create flashcard for these terms, try to explain these concepts in your words. So it is just actually giving you the what exactly the recommendation is. So these can be changed as well depending upon what precisely you want, and that is where my kids are going to give me the feedback. The next thing is the last thing, analytics, which actually tells what kind of interaction you have. You can say there are total 8 interaction which I have done, but right now this is not very intelligent, but we can just make it more intelligent as well, like how long you have spent time, what all topics you have learned based on the quiz. Also it will just probably these are some future advancement where the quiz is right now not something which you can play with, and probably once that is editable where you can submit your answer, and based on that this analytics can be given you, what's the percentage of the correct answer and the wrong answer, and what all additional understanding you have to make so that then all the questions can be answered in the correct way. That is something which is a future advancement which we have to do. The last thing is my analytics. So analytics, again, it's very straightforward. As I mentioned, we have some DB, which I just put in here, study system DB, which actually keeps a track of it, what you have done so far on the application. And based on that, it provides this information based on the interaction you have done so far. The last point is personalized or AI, this which I have already explained, the difficulty label, learning style, and the study goals. So these are some detailed information here, like on how this profile updates. So basically, you can choose something like visual, right? And you can ask the same questions, and you can just verify whether the difference is there or not. So what we can do, we can again copy this topic, and we can simply say this is the topic in physics. Since we have used visual, we have to update this, right? Once the updation is done, profile is updated, then you can simply ask this question, and then you can simply compare what you get in the first when it was kinesthetic, and this one you can compare it and see how the difference is in the research, because this is actually going to change. Same thing you can do with the difficulty level, you can change that, and you can put the study goal as well. If you are a 9th grade, you want to pass the 9th grade, so that accordingly the content will be researched and given back to you. So that's pretty much it from the flow perspective, and what all features we have, what all configurational things are there through which you can control this application. The next thing is, I know this is not going to be interesting for the non-technical person. This is just a system architecture which you can understand. We have a user interface built on a Gradio. Then we have a Python backend. LangChain is the library which I am using to just have the interaction between to establish the interaction for the large language model. It is not having a lot of agents to come into play here, and it is most of the time it's a sequential structure of the logic, because I don't want to make this complicated. Probably once in a future we have to make it more complicated with advanced feature, then probably we can replace this LangChain with the LangGraph, because LangGraph is going to play a vital role for us. From the model perspective, though I have mentioned Gemini Pro, but I'm using a Gemini Flash and Flashlight as well. On agent tool, as I mentioned, Perplexity AI, and there are some study helper tool which I just built based with the help of an NLTK, and there are some machine learning model as well which I have used to just make it more efficient. Data flow, which I have already explained, but this is a very high level summary of all the features which I explained individually. But if you have to have a holistic view, this is what the very high level view for covering all the requests which you can send to this application. Right. So now we can just quickly see how the things get changed. Like in a physics, now we can see the different way of providing this information, because this is more of a visual. Right. So now what we can do, the next thing is the content is different. You can just run this again and again and see, how it is helping you. Right. And the next thing is you can just look for the adaptive study plan with the visual. And again, it is going to be like, where is this? 4 weeks, you can just make it 8 weeks to have a similarity, right? So this is how you can use this application, which is going to help you a lot if you need these features, to be utilized with the multiple large language model, along with the NLTK library and the machine learning models, which I have embedded or integrated behind the scene. Right. So that's it from my side for this particular video. I'm really excited. And if you have any feedback or suggestion, or if you want to see some additional feature added or implemented in this, feel free to put that into the comment section. I would love to do that. And if you want to contribute to this project, and if you are really excited and you feel like, okay, this is the area where you want to spend some time with me, reach out to me through an email. You can give me a comment as well, but you have to share your email ID or the GitHub user ID so that accordingly I can invite you. Right. So I hope you enjoy this. If you really like this video, give a thumbs up. And if you interested in just getting a similar information through my video, because I kept publishing these, so just hit a notification bell as well, so that whenever the next video will come, you will be notified accordingly. And thanks for watching this. And if you haven't subscribed for my channel, please subscribe for my channel as well. And as always, thanks for watching this. Stay healthy and keep learning new things.